Hey you guys, what's up? Uncle Jay Shuffleboson here with a story for you. And this one's called The Day I Punched My Girlfriend. If you haven't seen that video that I posted a while back of me working at Victoria's Secret, you might want to revisit that. Yeah, I worked at Victoria's Secret during the holiday season because as a stock boy, whenever they got shipments in. And when things were slow, they had these mannequins. Then I used to put the bras on them, and I used to practice with one hand unhooking these bras because I wanted to be really impressive with the ladies, you know. Anyway, the manager was there, and she said, "Jay, I need you to take a bunch of stuff out to the dumpster." I said, okay, what's going? She said, well, that needs to go. That stand's broken. That can go. These couple mannequins over there, they're busted. They're cracked and shit, so they can go. Big bag of trash over there. These boxes need to be broke down, taken to the dumpster. I said, all right, yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. Well, your old Uncle Jay, I was driving my dad's truck at the time. So I took everything out to the dumpster, and I was parked by the dumpster. I just happened to be there. One of the mannequins wasn't in bad shape, so I'm like, I'm gonna take this mannequin and I'm gonna prank my friends. So I put her in the truck, the passenger seat, and and the rest of my shift, I was thinking, what am I gonna do with this mannequin? How could I prank my buddies? And I came up with a pretty good plan. What I did was, I waited till like a Saturday, and this is Body Scotty, Ted that blew up the space shuttle, that guy, Johnny, Charlie, those guys, those brothers. I decided to drive by their house, and everybody's on the front porch hanging out, drinking Kool-Aid, smoking cigarettes and shit, and smoking pot, and fucking, some other guys were there too, some of the locals, and, fuck, anyway, I'm just thinking about other stuff to tell you, but, anyway, so I'm driving by their house, really slow. I got my hand on the wheel, and I got my arm around her, and I'm driving slow, and they're like, oh, it's like Jay's got himself a girlfriend. Look at that. Good for him. So I go down the street, and I turn around, and I pull up to their house on the curb, near the curb. I didn't go in the driveway. And, and the windows are up, and I'm pretending that we're having an argument, and I'm yelling at her, I'm giving her the business, and I just went, wham, and I punched this mannequin, and her hair flies, goes crazy. And you remember wrestling in the 80s, when one guy would grab his opponent's head and start just smashing it into the turnbuckle, and the crowd would count 1, 2, 3, up to 10, and then he'd let him go. I start doing that with her in the dashboard, just smashing her head, and shit, and I kind of look up real quick as I'm doing it, and there's, oh fuck, and they start running towards the truck, and I get a little too excited, and I lift it up on her, and her head went into the windshield and spiderwebbed the windshield, busted the windshield. I'm like in shock at this point, and I fucking just left her there because her head is on the dashboard, her hair's covering her face. I'm like, fuck, I just destroyed my dad's windshield on his truck. Next thing I know, the driver's side door opens, and old Jimmy English, old Kool-Aid lip, fucking grabs me and gives me a wham, and attaboy Fred right in the cabbage, busted my lip open bad. I'm bleeding everywhere, but I'm laughing my ass off. Everybody's at the truck, and and Dotson was there. He's high off his ass. He's all, bro, what did she say to you? And I'm fucking just laughing. And they're looking at me like I'm a fucking homicidal maniac. And they look in the cab, and she's obviously out. you know, just fucking leaning on the dash. And then fucking Jimmy goes around to the other side of the truck, opens up the door, and he goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need me to call 911?" It's a fucking mannequin! So just totally pranked him. It was a lot of fun. It was worth getting my lip busted open by old Jimmy. And then what we ended up doing with her, I think we took a pantyhose and put her over her head and shoved some like oranges where her eyes was and put sticks coming out of her head, and we used her for like archery practice. And yeah, so that's the day I was a domestic violence guy. I got home and I drove up to the house. My dad's out working on something, and he saw the windshield. He's like, "What the hell happened?" And I'm taking the mannequin chick out of the passenger seat. And I said, they wanted me to throw this away at work. I wanted to keep it. My dad never once said, "Why do you want to keep her?" He's like, "Okay, what happened to my windshield?" I said, "Well, I didn't think to put the seatbelt on her. And a stray dog ran out in front of the truck. I jammed on the brakes, and her head like torpedoed the damn windshield." He's like, "Yeah, right." He didn't believe that, not for a minute. I said, and he said, "You're paying for this." I said, "Yeah, I'll pay for it. Yeah, no worries." A few days later, my mom pulls me aside. She said, "What really happened to that windshield?" And I said, "Don't tell Dad." But here's what happened. I pranked my buddies. I pranked Buddy, Scotty, and Ted, the space shuttle terrorist. I said I pranked them, and I retold the story to her. She's laughing her ass off. She's tearing up. And I said, "Don't tell Dad. Don't tell Dad." And a week or two goes by, and she said, "I told your dad." And I'm like, "Why would you tell him that? I told you not to tell him." And she said, "It's just too funny of a story." Because he didn't believe that a dog ran out in front of you and you jammed on the brakes, and then she Kool-Aided into the windshield. And I'm like, "Is he mad at me?" And she said, "No, he thought that was pretty hilarious too. You should have just told him." I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay." I was pretty scared of my dad back then. But anyway. Whew. So anyways, guys, high fives and boners. If you enjoyed the story, give it a like, give it a dislike. I don't even think they show up anymore. But do both. I don't know. I don't think you could do both. You could do one or the other. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. Bing, to let you know whenever I post new stuff up on YouTube, and it's free. It doesn't cost you shit. And Christmas Day, I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I read your embarrassing poop stories, your embarrassing holiday stories. Email them to me at tahoeweather@aol.com. Don't worry, I'll put the link down below. And I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, it's going to be a charity stream. So I'm trying to make some money for a charity that's really dear to my heart and everything. So the person who donates the most money to the live stream, I will mail you some beef jerky that I make here at my house on my smoker. And yeah, so there's something in it for you. Some jerky, some good karma. Anyways, high fives and boners, guys. I will see you later. Yeah.